Hey team, it's Scott from Bartlow's Barbecue, and today we're smoking baby back ribs on the Kamado Joe Big Joe 3, and we're presenting to you championship barbecue ribs by Myron Mixon. His recipe is awesome. I've been testing it out and I absolutely love it. Can't wait to show you what this process looks like, so stick around and we'll get into all the details. Hey team, this is a 5-part process recipe that we're following and his strategy for getting championship barbecue. He's won tons of barbecue championships and I've already tasted the rub. I've tried it on different things and it's fantastic. So it's 5 parts and essentially a marinade that you do for 4 hours, and then you do the rub, and the rub is just fantastic. And then from the rub, then we've got a spritz ingredients that you're really gonna enjoy. And then from spritz we have a broth that we're gonna put it in the foil pan and these ribs in that for an hour, and then the last part is the sauce. So those are the steps and the agenda for our ribs today, and we're going to start with the marinade. So let's get started. So this first part, I'm going to put all the ingredients for all 5 of these things in the description. I'm not sure if I'll put them on the screen. Sometimes that's hard to read, so I'm going to put everything in the description and just kind of show you what it looks like and make it really easy for you. This marinade is really easy to put together. Again, I have all the ingredients in the description, and what we did is we took these baby back ribs, we removed the membrane from the back of the bones. That's really easy to do. The whole concept here, if you're new to barbecue, is it allows the marinade, and then once we do the rub, to penetrate the meat the best we can. Some opt to just score it and just forget about it and just keep going, whatever floats your boat. But we're going to do this, remove the membrane, and then we are going to cut off the ends and to kind of square it off on both of these ribs. Once we have squared it off, removed any kind of unnecessary fat that's kind of hanging and dangling on the edges, then we are going to put it in this foil pan of the marinade, and we are going to put foil over that, put it in the refrigerator for 4 hours. That is the first part of this recipe. And the whole concept here of marinade is it's going to tenderize the meat. And if you watch my channel before, you know I love dry brining. That helps tenderize the meat, makes it not only flavorful, but it makes it more tender. So this is just another strategy for doing that, and this is the first step in this process. So on to the next one. The next part is the rub. Friends, I can't tell you, I've tried tons of barbecue rubs. I've made my own. This is by far, in this current season, because it could change, it's my favorite barbecue rub. It tastes so good. I put it on chicken, pork, and beef, and you just kind of want to eat it just by the spoonfuls. It's so good. So definitely try it out, and I think you're going to really enjoy it. And all we did, again, it's I'll have all of the ingredients and the portions in the description to make it super easy. This should make multiple rounds of food for you, so it should go pretty far. So you're going to put it all in a container, shake it up, and then you're going to rub it all on the edges of the pork ribs, on top, on the back. Some people don't care if you put it on the back of the bones, but I like to put it there as well. Get everything fully coated, and again, you're going to be set to go. We're going to let it come to room temperature for about 30 minutes while we take you out to the Kamado Joe and show you how we set everything up. Let's set up the Kamado Joe Big Joe 3. The first thing we're going to do is take this charcoal basket with leftover charcoal, and I like to reuse it and then add more clean and new charcoal, and that's okay. We're going to move those to the side to make room in the center for our wood chunks. Today we're using cherry wood chunks. I think cherry just adds a wonderful flavor to any kind of ribs, and we're going to dump, and there's only 3 wood chunks there, put them in the middle, and then we're going to dump some clean and new lump charcoal. This is Jealous Devil lump charcoal. It's one of my favorite brands I use. It barely sparks. It has long burn. It's a clean charcoal, and it just does really good on all your proteins. So we're using that, and then we're going to be using the Grill Blazer grill torch to fire it up. If you watch the channel a lot, you'll know what that is all about. If you're new, this is pretty much a grill torch that allows you to fire up your charcoal, your fire pit, and also also to sear your food, but you can literally start your charcoal in less than a minute. So that's what we're going to do, is we're going to fire this up, and I have a discount code for you if that's something you're interested in and you see value in it, and it might be just fun to have. I've really seen a lot of value in it. And we're going to grill this. We're going to use this grill gun to get this thing up to speed, and once you see the charcoal ash over, then you know it's lit, and the rest is history. It's going to just do its natural process. I'm going to put the slow roller base in, shut the dome, open the top vent completely on both the bottom and top to allow the temperature and get the dome up to, make sure it's warm on the dome. Once you get up to that 300, 350, again, we're setting the temperature at 300, but we're going to end up putting all this stuff inside it, and it's going to absorb all that heat. So once we get up to 3-something hundred degrees, we're going to put the remaining portions of the slow roller in there. Then we're going to be using James's double indirect method, and if you don't follow James, he's a great Kamado Joe channel and a good friend of mine, and I learned just as much as you probably do from him as I do. So appreciate always getting his tips as he's continuing on this journey. And so we're going to be using that as well, and what we're going to do is use the X-ring, put heat deflectors, the Big Joe heat deflectors on there, and then also add the smokeware drip pan. It's a 14-inch pan if you're using the Big Joe. I like to put foil in there to capture the drippings, so it's a little easier to clean after your cook. And then grill grates, and then your protein. Today we're going to be putting the protein and the baby back ribs going vertical this way, and making it really easy to smoke. And once the temperature gets back up to that 275 to 300, you are ready to go to put the ribs on here. And the total process and the total hour is 3.5 hours is what we're aiming for. 2 hours for direct smoke, and after the first 45 minutes we'll spritz, and I'll come back to the spritzing process and the ingredients on that. Then we will move to the last hour, putting everything in a foil pan with broth and foil over it to kind of braise, and to continue to take on good moisture. And then the last 30 minutes back on the grill grates with sauce, and shutting down the grill and just allowing that heat to just, as it's slowing down, just kind of caramelize the ribs. So we should be a total of 3.5 hours. And each step of the way, I'll tell you the different ingredients from Myron Mixon. So the next step is his spritzing process, and really it's the ingredients that are most important. So we'll see you back in 45 minutes to an hour, and we'll get to spritzing. All right, team, it's time to spritz these baby backs. 3 parts to his ingredients. It's apple cider vinegar, it's white wine vinegar, and it's imitation butter. I know, I'm gonna put all this in the description, and it's just, this combination is just supposed to help continue to keep it moist and add flavor, especially that butter liquid. And you can see the coloring is different than you typically would see if I dry brined it. You can see all that liquid kind of making it like kind of that opaque, I don't know, I guess that white opaque look, plus the rub. But now we're dry and it's time to spritz. All right, team, we are at that few hour mark. I made one adjustment, and I decided to let it smoke completely for 3 hours versus 2 hours, but we're still at 300 degrees. We're around that 160 mark right now, internal temperature. Now we're gonna take this and put these ribs in the broth right here on the foil pan with all these ingredients. And again, I'm going to put the all the ingredients for this broth inside the description. I'm gonna move these baby backs in here, and we're gonna cover this up and let it smoke and braise for 1 hour bone side down. And then the last step will be 30 minutes with sauce on top of it, back on the grill grates. Okay, team, it has been an hour and we've been braising these ribs. See if we can get a better view. So let me take them out. All right, we've been resting for 10 minutes. Now I'm just gonna go right in the middle. It just cuts like butter. Make sure I don't hit another bone. And my friends, look at that championship barbecue right there, right off the bone. You got some nice smoke ring. You can see the tenderization on the inside of the marinade. So let's see how we did here. Oh! We're just finishing this bad boy. We're just gonna finish it. Wow. Boom. We'll come back in a second. All right, you got a real close-up of my slicing and my taste test, and I'm telling you, that was fantastic. I mean, no exaggeration. A+, Myron Mixon. You are the barbecue champion. Well done. Obviously, I didn't have to tell you that, but man, just to do it in my own backyard and have just spectacular results. I love the coloring, how this turned out with the hickory sauce. It literally sliced like butter, and it tasted so sweet. I mean, that probably, the tenderization, but it was just, that's all I can describe. This kind of a sweet barbecue taste, and I loved it. And the color and I mean, literally amazing. I gotta get off here to feed my family so they can experience this too. But this is the highlights here. So cherry wood, the marinade process is very important. And I'd like, maybe let me know if you'd like to see it in the comments. Put in the comments if you want to see a comparison to this, maybe the same recipe versus dry brining versus the marinade of, in the liquid. I'd like to know if I'm going to have similar results or if I'm going to like this better. Right now, as it's fresh, I think this might be the best rack of ribs I've cooked thus far. Seriously, amazing. So marinade, the rub, you've already heard me talk about that. I just loved the seasoning. The spritzing with that little, imitation butter plus the apple cider vinegar and the white vinegar. I think that was a good combination to keep things hydrated during the cook. And then we decided to do the hickory sauce that's based on his recipe. I wasn't sure if I was going to do it, if I had the ingredients. And again, it would just sit in all my pantry. So in refrigerator. So most likely you have these ingredients too, and we sauced it the last 30 minutes. So that's an overview, and let it just, we braised it, obviously, and that was another portion. We braised it for an hour in the barbecue braise, and then 30 minutes of sauce. So literally just an incredible process. I loved it. It ended up being, instead of my 3.5, it ended up being at 4.5. So I'll take that 1 hour difference. And overall, just A+. Let me know in the comments what you thought of the color on these ribs. Tell me what the bone, the taste, what did it look like to you on camera? Put it in the comments. What was something that was surprising? Something, if you have a question, put it in the comments. Let me know. And let me know if there's something else you'd like me to see cook on the Kamado Joe Big Joe. Again, from my backyard to yours, less hate, more love, good barbecue. Till next time.